What if I told you two of the world's biggest rivals, countries we think of as being on opposite sides of the planet, are so close they're practically next-door neighbors? Today, we're going to dive into a geographical fact that will probably change how you see the world map forever.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Could you walk from the United States to Russia? I know what you're thinking. The immediate answer seems like an obvious no way. I mean, they're separated by entire oceans and continents, right?
And yeah, that's the mental map most of us have. Two massive nations on completely opposite sides of the globe. But what if I told you that in one very, very specific place, they're close enough that you could practically shout across the border?
Just 2.4 miles. That's it. That's shorter than a lot of morning runs or the width of many cities. And no, this isn't some kind of trick question. It's a real physical proximity between the US and Russia. So how on earth is that possible?
Well, the secret is hiding right here, in the icy waters of the Bering Strait. While this strait does separate the mainlands, two tiny islands are sitting right in the middle of it all, the Diomede Islands. And they are the key to this entire paradox.
Okay, so let's break this down. On one side, you have Little Diomede. It belongs to the USA and is actually home to a small community. Right across the water is Big Diomede. That one's Russian territory, and it's used exclusively by their military.
And let's focus on the human side for a second, because this is where it gets really fascinating. The town of Diomede on the American island is home to just 82 people. This makes it one of the most isolated communities in the entire United States. Just a tiny pocket of American life in an extremely remote location.
So just try to wrap your head around that for a minute. For those 82 Americans, their closest international neighbor isn't Canada or Mexico. It's Russia, a country they can literally see from their windows, just over 2 miles away.
Okay, so we've established they are shockingly close. But that brings us right back to our original question. How could anyone possibly walk across 2.4 miles of open, freezing ocean?
And here's the answer: the Arctic winter. The sea between these two islands freezes completely solid, forming a sturdy, natural ice bridge. So for a brief period each year, this bridge physically connects the United States to Russia.
So yeah, a walk from the US to Russia is physically possible. But believe it or not, that physical connection is only half the story. The geography is strange for sure, but the way time works here, well, that's what things get really mind-bending.
This is all because of something called the International Dateline. You've probably heard of it. It's that imaginary line that runs through the Pacific Ocean, separating one calendar day from the next. And as it happens, this line runs directly through that 2.4-mile gap between the Diomede Islands.
So what does that actually mean? It means that even though the islands are neighbors, they exist on entirely different calendar days. Get this, when it's Saturday on Little Diomede in the USA, it's already Sunday on Big Diomede in Russia. They're literally nicknamed Yesterday Isle and Tomorrow Isle.
And because of how the specific time zones are laid out, the time difference isn't a perfect 24 hours. It's actually 21. So this means if you were standing on the American side, you'd be looking at an island that is nearly a full day ahead of you in time.
Just imagine it. Walking across that ice bridge from Little Diomede to Big Diomede means you are physically crossing into the next calendar day. A short walk that catapults you 21 hours into the future. You would literally become a time traveler.
And that's the stunning reality of the Diomede Islands. This single, bizarre border where geography, politics, and time itself all collide. A 2.4-mile walk can take you 21 hours into the future. It just makes you wonder, what other secrets is the world map hiding from us?